Today, we're diving into a company that's really pushing the boundaries of what technology can do for us. We're talking about AI as a healer and how it's stepping in to help with our mental well-being. This is the story of NexV.
You know that feeling, right? When you're just totally overwhelmed, you're stressed out, or you just really, really need to get something off your chest, but finding someone to talk to in that exact moment, it can feel impossible. And honestly, it's a huge problem everywhere. You've got stigma, you've got the cost, and just finding the time. These are massive hurdles. But this is exactly the gap that one incredible K-tech company is determined to fill. So let me introduce you to NexV, a digital healthcare company that was a real standout at K-INNOSHOW 2025. Their whole mission is built on this fascinating blend of artificial intelligence and a really deep understanding of human psychology. So how do they actually do it? Well, the secret sauce is something called natural language processing, or NLP. To put it simply, it's the tech that teaches computers how to get what we're saying, to understand our language like a real person would. This is the engine that lets NexV build an AI that doesn't just hear your words, but actually tries to understand the feeling behind them. So what does an AI that you can actually talk to look like? Let's check out the solutions NexV has brought to the table. Okay, first up is Wormy. This is an AI counseling kiosk. Picture this. You can find one in a public place like a school or a city hall. You can walk up, talk about what's on your mind, and get an empathetic, analytical response all in private. They've already got over 50 of these out there, making that first step toward mental wellness support way more visible and way less intimidating. But NexV is playing a really smart two-part game here. You've got Wormy, which is for the general public, for immediate, everyday wellness. And then you have Gongami, which is what they call a digital therapeutic. Think of this one more like a prescription-level tool. It's specifically designed to help treat depression, and it's used in clinical settings. So you have public prevention on one side and targeted treatment on the other. It's a really comprehensive approach. And just to show off the raw power of their NLP tech, they also made something called Dr. Order. It's a voice command kiosk for fast food joints that can take your entire order in just 3 seconds flat. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does that have to do with mental health? Well, it proves their core technology is incredibly fast, super accurate, and totally reliable. And those are qualities you absolutely need when you're asking people to trust you with their health. And in this quote from NexV's CEO, Yuan Hyunji, just nails it. She says, "We want to create a world where anyone can easily access mental health services through AI. It's not about showing off fancy tech. It's about a mission to tear down barriers and make this kind of support available to everyone." Of course, when you're talking about AI and mental health, trust is everything, right? So how does a company like NexV prove its tech is not just cool, but also safe, reliable, and actually effective? Well, they built trust right into their process, from the ground up. They built their credibility piece by piece. Look, this timeline isn't just a boring list of awards. It's a story. They started by proving their tech was innovative. Then they proved they were financially and technically stable. And in 2024, they hit 2 massive milestones: ISO 9001 for quality management, and, this is the big one, an A-grade certification for the quality of their actual counseling data. Every single step was designed to earn trust. Okay, look at this number. -28%. Just let that sink in for a second. So what does that number even mean? It means a 28% reduction in depression symptoms for patients who use the Gongami AI in a clinical study. This is it. This is the ultimate proof, where the promise of the technology delivers a real, measurable, positive impact on people's lives. In this quote from the chief data officer, it gives you a little peek behind the curtain at their culture. When they were facing a huge audit, they didn't go out and hire a bunch of consultants. Nope, they buckled down and did it all themselves, preparing everything from A to Z so thoroughly that the auditor was just stunned. That's the kind of dedication that builds unshakable trust. So they've got proven tech and a rock-solid foundation of trust. What's next for NexV? Well, let me tell you, their ambitions are only getting bigger. The #1 goal right now is to get Gonami officially approved as a medical device, and that is a huge mountain to climb.
It means getting GMP certified for manufacturing and getting ISO 1345, which is the gold standard for medical device quality. It's a slow, super demanding process, but it's how you earn that highest possible level of trust.
And they're thinking globally. They're moving into the US market with a new branch in LA and are shooting for 20 billion won in sales by 2025. But you know, the part I find the most exciting is their vision for collaboration. They see a future where AI isn't replacing human counselors, but is actually empowering them to give even better care.
You know, the story of NexV is just such a powerful example of K-tech innovation. And it's a great reminder that this kind of incredible growth doesn't happen in a vacuum. The support from South Korea's Ministry of SMEs and Startups is absolutely vital in helping these kinds of groundbreaking companies turn their ideas into reality, impacting lives at home and all over the world.
Which all brings us to one last big question. As this technology gets smarter and maybe even more empathetic, we really have to think about our relationship with it. It's not about if AI can help us anymore. The real question is, how deeply are we willing to let it in? Could an AI really be your next confidant? Definitely someone to think about.